Let me ask you something, and I need you to be brutally honest with yourself. You wake up tomorrow morning, same alarm, same routine, same scrolling, same coffee, same commute. And somewhere inside you, there's this tiny, suffocating voice whispering, "Is this it? Is this really all there is?" Because here's what nobody tells you. You don't fail at life because you're lazy. You don't fail because you're unlucky. You don't fail because the universe is against you. You fail because of what you do in the first 60 minutes of your morning. That's it. That's the whole secret. And today, in the next few minutes, I'm going to break down a book that has quietly changed thousands of lives. A book that doesn't just talk about money. A book that talks about the 5 types of wealth that actually make a human being rich. The book is called Rich Routines by Steve Houghton, and if you stay until the end, I promise you, you will never look at your morning the same way again. Stay with me, because this changes everything. Most self-help books will tell you to wake up at 5 a.m., cold plunge, meditate for an hour, write in your gratitude journal, run 5 miles, read 30 pages, and then start your day. And you know what happens? You do it for 3 days, then life happens. Then you feel like a failure. Then you go back to exactly where you started. Steve Houghton saw this pattern, and he said, "Enough." Rich Routines is not about perfection. It's not about becoming a robot with a rigid schedule. It's about building simple daily habits, small sustainable actions that quietly compound over time into massive life transformation. But here's where Houghton does something brilliant. He doesn't define rich the way Wall Street does. In this book, being rich means having 5 types of wealth. Financial wealth. Yes, money matters, but it's just one piece. Physical wealth. Your body is your vehicle. You can't drive a broken car. Mental wealth. Your mindset is either your greatest asset or your biggest liability. Emotional wealth. How you feel determines what you attract. Spiritual wealth. Your sense of purpose. Your why. The thing that makes you get up when everything says stay down. Take one of these away, and you're not rich. You're just surviving. The goal of this book? All 5. At the same time, through daily routines that take less time than your favorite Netflix episode. Let's start with the one everyone wants to hear about: money. Houghton makes a statement that sounds almost too simple, but sit with it. Wealth is not built in moments of inspiration. It's built in moments of discipline, especially when you don't feel like it. He argues that most people have a broken relationship with money, not because they don't earn enough, but because they never built the habits of the wealthy. The wealthy don't think about money occasionally. They think about it daily, intentionally and strategically. The rich routines for financial wealth include spending 10 minutes every morning reviewing your financial goals, not your bank balance, your goals. Practicing what Houghton calls conscious spending, asking before every purchase, does this take me closer to or further from financial freedom? Automating savings first, then living on what's left, not the other way around. Studying one wealthy person's mindset each week, not their tactics, their mindset. Journaling one financial win each day, no matter how small. You trained at the gym? That's financial. You're protecting your most valuable asset. Now here's the psychological bomb Houghton drops. Most people are subconsciously afraid of wealth. They say they want money, but deep down, they associate it with greed, stress, or becoming someone they don't like. Until you heal that story, no strategy will save you. The routine? Daily affirmations around money, not cheesy fake ones, honest, believable ones. I am becoming someone who manages money wisely. I attract opportunities because I stay ready. Small, daily, compounding. That's the formula. I'm going to say something that might sting a little. Are you ready? If you don't take care of your body, nothing else in this book matters. You cannot build financial wealth when you're exhausted. You cannot maintain emotional health when you're in chronic pain. You cannot think clearly, love deeply, or dream boldly when your physical vessel is running on empty. Steve Houghton pulls zero punches here. He says, your body is the only home you will ever truly own. Everything else, the house, the car, the bank account, can be replaced. Your body cannot. His physical wealth routines are beautifully simple. Movement first. Before your phone, before emails, before news. Even if it's just a 10-minute walk, move your body and signal to your brain that today is a day of action. Hydration ritual. Drink water the moment you wake up, before coffee. Your body has been fasting for 7 to 8 hours. Hydrate it like a garden before you expect it to bloom. Non-negotiable sleep boundary. Rich people protect their sleep ferociously. 7 to 8 hours is not laziness. It's performance optimization. Eat with intention at least 1 meal per day. You don't have to be perfect, but 1 conscious, nutritious meal daily compounds dramatically over a year. Weekly physical challenge. Do 1 thing each week that scares your body a little. A longer run, a heavier lift, a new sport. Growth happens at the edge of comfort. Here's what Houghton gets really right. He talks about the energy economy. Every decision you make either deposits or withdraws from your energy bank. Junk food, withdrawal. Exercise, deposit. Late night doom scrolling, withdrawal. 8 hours of sleep, massive deposit. The rich, in every sense of the word, are obsessive energy managers. And it starts with your body. Here's a terrifying statistic. The average person has approximately 6,200 thoughts per day, and research suggests that for most people, 80% of those thoughts are negative, and 95% are exactly the same thoughts they had yesterday. You're literally replaying the same mental movie every single day, and you wonder why nothing changes. Steve Houghton dedicates serious attention to mental wealth because he understands something that most people miss. Your external world is a reflection of your internal world. Change your mind, and your life follows. The mental wealth routines in Rich Routines include morning pages, writing 3 stream of consciousness pages immediately upon waking. This clears the mental debris and creates space for creative, positive thinking. Intentional media consumption. Houghton is ruthless here. Audit everything you consume. News, social media, podcasts, conversations. Ask, is this feeding my growth or feeding my fear? Learning 1 new thing daily. Even 15 minutes of deliberate learning compounds into expertise over months. Read, watch, listen, but learn. Visualization practice. Spend 5 minutes each morning vividly seeing your ideal life. Not hoping, seeing. Feel it. Your brain cannot distinguish between a vivid imagination and reality at the neurological level. Thought interruption. When a negative thought spirals, Houghton teaches a pattern interrupt. Stop. Name it. This is a fear thought. Then replace it with a growth question. What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? The mental game is everything. And here's the thing, you're already playing it. The only question is, are you winning or losing? I want you to pause for a second and think about the last time you felt truly, genuinely happy, not excited, not distracted, not numb from Netflix, actually, deeply, quietly happy. When was that? Because here's what Houghton discovered. Most people are walking around emotionally bankrupt. They're successful on paper, miserable on the inside. They've spent decades investing in everything except their emotional wealth. And emotional poverty. This is the silent killer of dreams. Emotional wealth routines in Rich Routines. gratitude practice, not a generic list. Houghton asks you to find 3 specific things each morning that you are genuinely grateful for, and to feel the gratitude. Not perform it, feel it. Relationship investment. Schedule 1 meaningful conversation per week with someone who fills your cup. Not networking, not obligation, genuine human connection. Emotional processing. Journal your feelings, not just your goals. The unexpressed emotion you're carrying is weighing down every area of your life. Acts of generosity. Give something daily. Your time, your knowledge, your attention. Generosity breaks the scarcity cycle and rewires your brain for abundance. Forgiveness ritual. Houghton is clear. Unforgiveness is drinking poison and waiting for the other person to die. Release it. Not for them, for your freedom. He says something in this chapter that stopped me cold. You cannot build a rich life with a poor heart. Read that again. Let it land. Your emotional state is the soil in which your dreams either grow or rot. Tend to it. Daily. Now we arrive at the chapter that most people skip. The chapter that makes some people uncomfortable. The chapter that, in my opinion, is the most important of them all, spiritual wealth. And before you roll your eyes, Houghton isn't talking about religion. He's not telling you which god to believe in or which temple to attend. He's talking about something far more fundamental. He's talking about purpose. Because here's the brutal truth. You can have millions in the bank, a perfect body, a sharp mind, and beautiful relationships, and still feel empty. And you know why? Because you haven't answered the one question that your soul never stops asking, why am I here? Houghton argues that without spiritual clarity, everything else is just sophisticated distraction. The successful entrepreneur who can't sleep, the millionaire who's depressed, the Instagram perfect couple who secretly feel disconnected, they're all missing this. The spiritual wealth routines. Morning silence, just 10 minutes of stillness before the world invades. No phone, no noise, just you, your breath, and your thoughts. This is where clarity lives. A purpose journaling. Write the answer to this question every morning. Who am I becoming? Not who you are becoming. Values alignment check. Once a week, review your actions against your stated values. Are you living in alignment? If not, what needs to change? Nature connection. Step outside daily. Feel the sun or the rain. Touch the earth. We are biological creatures and we heal in nature. Science confirms this. Your soul has always known it. Service beyond self. Commit to at least 1 act per week that serves something larger than your personal goals. Volunteer, mentor, create, contribute. When you stop living only for yourself, life takes on a richness that money simply cannot buy. Houghton closes this chapter with, "A life without purpose is a sentence. A life with purpose is a story worth telling." What story are you telling? Before I tell you how to put all of this together, I want to ask you one simple favor. If this is speaking to something inside you, if some part of you is nodding and thinking, I needed to hear this today, hit that like button right now. It takes 1 second. And it tells me to keep making content like this for you. Also, subscribe. Because the next video I'm putting out is going to shake your entire understanding of morning routines. You do not want to miss it. Okay. Now let's talk about how to actually build your rich routine. Here's the part that makes Rich Routines different from every other self-help book. Houghton doesn't just tell you what to do. He gives you a complete system. He calls it the 5-pillar daily practice. And the genius of it, you can do the entire thing in under 60 minutes. Some elements take just 5 minutes, but done daily, the compound effect is staggering. The morning block, 30-45 minutes. Silence first, 10 minutes, no phone. Just breathe and set your intention. Move your body, 15-20 minutes. Walk, stretch, exercise. Get the blood flowing. Write, 10 minutes. Morning pages or purpose journaling. Get it out of your head. Read or learn, 10 minutes. Feed your mental wealth. One idea, one insight. That's all it takes. The midday check, 5 minutes. Quick audit. Am I being the person I said I would be today? Energy check. What has drained me and what has energized me? One act of generosity or connection. A message, a compliment, a helping hand. The evening ritual, 15 minutes. 3 wins from the day, no matter how small. One thing I would do differently. Not guilt, just learning. Gratitude. 3 specific things felt deeply. Intention for tomorrow. Write it before you sleep so your subconscious works on it overnight. That's it. That's the entire system. The morning block, the midday check, the evening ritual. Houghton says, you don't need a perfect life to start rich routines. You need rich routines to build a perfect life. Start messy, start imperfect, start today. I want to paint you a picture. Stay with me. It's 12 months from today. You've been doing the rich routine system, not perfectly. Some days you missed the morning block. Some evenings you skipped journaling. But most days, 70–80% of days, you showed up for yourself. What does your life look like? Financially, you've made smarter decisions. You've been more intentional. You've started the side project or the investment account or the business you kept putting off. It's not millions yet, but it's growing. And more importantly, you believe it will keep growing. Physically, you have more energy than you've had in years. You sleep better. You look better. You feel like yourself again, maybe for the first time in a long time. Mentally, the fog has lifted. You think more clearly. You stress less. You make better decisions. People around you have started asking what's changed. Emotionally, your relationships have deepened. You've healed old wounds. You laugh more. You worry less. You've stopped carrying resentments that were silently poisoning your happiness. Spiritually, you wake up with a sense of purpose. You know why you're here. You know where you're going. And even on the hard days, that why keeps you moving forward. That is what Rich Routines delivers. Not overnight, not with a magic pill, but through the patient, powerful daily practice of investing in all 5 areas of your wealth. 1 year, 365 small choices, 1 extraordinary life. Here's my challenge to you right now, and I mean right now before this video ends. Pick 1 routine from one of the 5 wealth categories we talked about today. Just 1, and commit to doing it tomorrow morning. Not when you feel ready, not when life slows down. Tomorrow. That's step 1. That's how every transformation in human history began, with one person deciding that today is different. I want to know which routine you're choosing. Tell me in the comments below. And if you're serious about changing your life, not just watching videos about it, I have linked Rich Routines by Steve Houghton in the description. Get the book, read it, apply it. Because knowledge without action is just entertainment. And you didn't come here to be entertained. You came here because something inside you knows that you are capable of more. That the life you've been living is not the life you were designed to live. Rich Routines is your roadmap. The destination, a version of yourself that you haven't met yet, but that you've always known was possible. Go build it. Subscribe. Like. Share this with one person in your life who needs to hear this today. I'll see you in the next one. Stay rich in every way that matters.